Hello. Welcome back to The Witness. So, I have a confession to make. When I recorded this video a few days ago, I forgot to turn on my microphone when I was recording my voice, and imagine my surprise when I go into the video editor and realize that my audio file is just one solid line of nothing. And that presents a problem, because The Witness auto-saves as you go. You can't reload and go back to an old file, and I felt it would be a little bit disingenuous to record new audio pretending that I am playing this game. So instead, I'm wrapped up in a little blanket, sipping a glass of whiskey. Maybe you are too. And, have some whiskey with me, god damn it. And I'll just provide basically some commentary of my thought process. So, that was a little overview of the bamboo forest, which we're going to be doing in this episode. Right now I'm just looking along the beach for a new audio file. I've been here before, but I thought there was another audio file down here, but there is not. The one that I looked at, they appear tan or brown if you have played them before, so... But the bamboo forest is an interesting area because the puzzles are all based on sound, and you have to pick up cues. So I will be shutting up for part of this so you can hear it. We do find one of our triangle puzzles here. A very simple one to solve. We know that we have to pass by one side. I was just kind of showing you that there. So there's no wildlife in this forest. If you listen. Weep, weep. There's no wildlife in this forest. There's speakers that are playing sounds, and you have to listen to these bird calls, and that's going to kind of show you how you're supposed to solve it. So you can kind of think of these puzzles as kind of like an audio wave. So I'll shut up on this one. So yeah, it's kind of like net, 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 net. The strange thing is I do hear my voice extremely quietly in the game, and I don't exactly know where that's being picked up from because my webcam mic is turned off, and my headphone mic should be turned off, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. So these ones become a little bit more complicated because it starts giving you trash you have to listen to. In this case, a cell phone. So you have to kind of get through the noise to hear it. Like my stupid voice. Wee, wah, wah, wah. So this is a new one because you can't... It's not the bird call, it's this new kind of whale sound, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to figure out if the beginning of the call, if it's going to be, if it's considered in the puzzle to be kind of a midline level or low. I guess here I am just getting frustrated. God damn, that's good whiskey. think I'm just trying every solution now at this point. And finally I get it. So it's kind of representing going up to the high pitch, like woo. It's not like as single notes like the bird call. Where is it? So yeah, trying to... Got it on my first try. That was, I did not think that was the answer. I was just playing around with an idea. But that's the first set of puzzles. So now I got to run around to the other side and get to the other entrance. That right there, that yellow tower off to the side, is the color puzzle area, which I've been saving because it's hard. And I don't want to feel stupid. But yeah, I realized that the shortcut door is locked, so I have to go around to get to the new set of puzzles. Oh yeah, now it's time for some environmental puzzles. These ones are cool. I think I only find 2 here, but I know there's more. Gotta use the moss on the trees. So there's one right there. It's kind of tricky to get the right angle. God, I love these. I wish I knew where more were by heart, because they are really like one of my favorite parts of this game. And that one gets blocked, so I have to put myself into a better angle. And then use the tree to bridge the gap there, right in the perfect spot. At least the game is kind of forgiving. If you're like really, really close, like 95% of the way there, when you click on the circle and start the puzzle, it'll kind of nudge you into exactly where you need to be. So this is a nice little clever one here in the stairs. Yeah. And I couldn't decide right here if there was maybe another puzzle from a different angle, but it didn't look like there was. But now there's one hidden in this courtyard. We can use this rock to make the circle. We get it right perfect. And there was another one on the other side, but we got to come at it from a different angle. You see me trying to do it, but that rock is blocking the path. So I'm taking a break from the bamboo puzzles because I know that there are a few things around here that are not part of it but are bonus puzzles, and I am trying to do every puzzle in the game. I think I'm just looking for audio files around here. And here we can get the other environmental puzzle. Yeah, those are the ones I'm going for right there. It's kind of confusing in this forest. So here we have another one of those stencil puzzles that you see behind us that we've already done, and I'm trying to find the clue, and then I realize eventually that when you come down the path, the rock to the right and the rock we're standing on go together to create the stencil for the puzzle. This one's kind of hard to figure out. But you kind of see me notice it right there as I come down. Yeah, I'm sorry. Hopefully this episode isn't shitty. I don't know where the voice is being picked up, because I have Streamlabs set to just record display and game audio, and I don't know why it's picking up my voice. Every source of microphone I have turned off. I don't know where it's coming from. So this is another special door. We've got like these 3 different sets of branches here that could all be possibilities. And you're not just trying to get to the exit, obviously, but you have a black and white square that you have to separate. So you have to basically just try each one and see if it would work. But this one, I realized that branch at the top won't let me. Because you don't need to see the white square, you just need to know it's there. And knowing the rules, I know immediately that this works. I just have to get it positioned correctly. There you go. And in here, we're going to get a new code. Now, I don't think I've mentioned it, but these codes and these lockboxes activate movies in a movie theater in that little town in the middle of the island. And to be entirely honest, I can't seem to find any sort of concrete answer on whether or not I can play those videos without getting a copyright strike. There are videos on YouTube that play the videos. What they all have in common is that they're kind of far back from the movie screen, so it's taking up less than 50% of the screen, and I'm wondering if that's what makes them okay. But I've also heard of other people get their videos taken down and getting a strike. So I'm wondering if it's worth the risk of possibly getting a strike just for some video game movies. They are real movie clips, or not movies, but show clips from, various different sources. A couple of them are good. Some of them are straight up bonkers. But whether or not I decide to do that, probably, at the very least, if you just type in The Witness All Movies, you'll find a playlist of all 7 of them. I'll shut up about that now. So here we have a new idea. You have seen these colored hexagons from the sound puzzle on the ship, but basically you're dealing with the same kind of bird sounds, but now you have to choose go the hexagons in the order of the sound. So you learn in these training puzzles that high notes are small and low notes are bigger. So I'll shut up on this one. So So this one I have to pick between the two. Which one is going to work? Because it looks like I have two high notes, a mid note, and a low note that I have to make work. E-oh, e-oh. This one, I have to admit, throws me for a loop. Coming up here, this one. So I'll shut up and I'll let you see if you can figure it out before I did. Because I'm at this for about 5 minutes. And the problem is it has two completely viable options, and they play at random times. So sometimes they play over each other, which makes it really difficult. Yeah, this one sucks. My problem is the big hexagon at the top and the small hexagon on the right were throwing me for a loop, because it felt to me like it went like high, low, mid, and apparently the puzzle is not interpreting it that way. Once I figure that out and try something new, then it works. But and this is one of those series of puzzles where you fuck up once and then you have to redo the previous one. I hate that, because then it forces me to have to relearn how to do it because I didn't keep it in my memory. Side note, have you noticed that some of the puzzle solutions in this game look vaguely like swastikas? Sometimes I'll just see one and I'm just like, huh. Random thought. It's from the separating of the black and white squares. The world of the witness is racist. I'm glad you can't hear my voice. I can hear it very minutely, and I'm raging at this point. I'm getting pissed. Yeah, most of the time with these sound puzzles, it seems like what is considered loud is not the same loud as the last puzzle. And I think that's what I'm having difficulty understanding. I don't need to focus on any other bird tweet other than the one that is being presented to me at this moment. And I think what makes it difficult for me is that I'm trying to keep like other puzzle solutions in my head, and that's where I'm going wrong. But yeah, since I can't explain my process because I'm recording this audio like 3 days after I recorded this, I don't really have much to say on it because again, it's 3 days later, so feel free to skip this bit unless you're trying to figure it out yourself. At least the reward for your patience will be a couple audio files. I can hear myself going, ooh, it's impossible. It's funny when I rage at games that I've played before. Like, I know it's possible. I've done it before, but I somehow try to get it in my mind that I'm being fucked with. There we go, Patrick. We got it. Good grief. But the great thing is now rewarded with an audio file. I'm trying to find it. I know it's on the side here somewhere. On the rocks. Somewhere in this kind of bamboo maze here. So I'm just trying to keep an eye out for it. Not here. It's cleverly hidden, this little path. It's really hard to see. Here we go.
If we were not able or did not desire to look in any new direction, if we did not have a doubt or recognize ignorance, we would not get any new ideas. There would be nothing worth checking because we would know what is true. So what we call scientific knowledge today is a body of statements of varying degrees of certainty. Some of them are most unsure, some of them are nearly sure, but none is absolutely certain. Scientists are used to this. We know that it is consistent to be able to live and not know. Some people say, how can you live without knowing? I do not know what they mean. I always live without knowing. That is easy. How you get to know is what I want to know. This freedom to doubt is an important matter in the sciences, and I believe in other fields. It was born of a struggle. It was a struggle to be permitted to doubt, to be unsure. And I do not want us to forget the importance of the struggle, and by default, to let the thing fall away. I feel a responsibility as a scientist who knows the great value of a satisfactory philosophy of ignorance, and the progress made possible by such a philosophy. Progress which is the fruit of freedom of thought. I feel a responsibility to proclaim the value of this freedom and to teach that doubt is not to be feared, but that it is to be welcomed as the possibility of a new potential for human beings. If you know that you are not sure, you have a chance to improve the situation. I want to demand this freedom for future generations. Richard Feynman, 1963.
I've always liked that one. I agree with it. And here we go. Laser time. As always, you have to fully experience the laser, sit with it, watch it move. It doesn't do just to move on. Experience your reward. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lasers. We only have 2 more to go. Oh, dude. That's a little hint there. If you didn't get my meaning. That's insinuating that there might be more lasers. Am I over-explaining it yet? Cool. So, it's always tough to get down from here. Sometimes you never know what you can and can't climb. So we have enough time in this episode to go get another laser, so I'm purposely choosing to do a smaller area. This, kind of I guess a shadow puzzle type thing. Oh, here's kind of a cool, I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Looks like a lady has her hands over her arms. And it's caused by 3 little things. I like that. This is the cover art of the game. This is actually the box art of the game. I like it. It's a really pretty shot. Right, what I'm about to show you right here is my absolute favorite environmental puzzle in the whole game. So it uses the chimney as part of the circle. It uses that metal duct along the roof. And it uses these 2 metal rods near us. I'm kind of showing you the components that'll match it together. And just watch this shit. Like, it's so fucking cool. I love this. Oh, I love it. And I just move slowly and separate it just so you can see all the pieces that were put together. It's so good. I love that one. So yeah, this one's a quick laser, so I was going to go ahead and knock this one out. So I'm not sure exactly what this is supposed to be. Like, were they constructing like part of a ship or something? It seems kind of based from the same materials the ship were. So you can kind of see the shadows of the branches in there are basically showing us where we can and cannot go. So simple enough, just follow it. Now this one kind of throws you for a loop because the bottom half is completely shadowed, but if you look above, the door that we opened closes on a timer. So if we reopen the door, we'll get the full image. Now they start kind of trying to trick your eyes a little bit. So this one has metal bars along with the tree branches. So tree branches are still the rule. You just need to ignore the metal bars. And same thing here. I'm kind of looking around for an audio log. I thought there was one around here. And same rule here, basically. Just dealing with thicker branches, making it difficult to discern what is and what isn't a branch. This one's cheap. Watch this. Oops, sorry. And then the cables kind of split into two different paths. There's two sets. So we're going to start off on the left path. And same idea, but slightly different. Now we're tracing the branches. Getting a little bit more complicated, but the rule is the same. Oh, this one's mean. So that crack in the branch on the top left there makes this puzzle impossible. Until you notice that right above that circle, there's a very tiny little spot where those two branches are touching. And that's how you solve it. You'll see that in just 1 second. Not fair. So that opens up 1/2 of the laser. And what I mean by 1/2 is you can see that the door is covering up the solution on the other side. Pardon me as I stupidly search for an audio log that is apparently not here. And I'm 100% sure that it is. And I look an awful long time for it. But yeah, you can kind of see that the door is covering up the solution on the right side, so we can't solve it yet. So now things start to get a little bit tricky. They start to put things in front and further away. You can kind of see on that orange panel, it's showing you the solution, but it looks up and to the right because it's closer to you with the light. I'm sure someone can describe that better, but you basically just have to follow the rule right there, keeping in mind keeping in mind the light on these panels. That probably made no sense. Hopefully you can see what I'm getting at. I know it might be kind of hard to see. With all the others. Obviously it's trying to confuse you by adding more branches and leaves around it. And yeah, they do definitely start to get a little bit trickier here. So yeah, this one, it looks like because of the light that you're supposed to start in the middle of the puzzle, but actually because of the because that's impossible. Just because I don't know how to, the angle of the light as it's on it. It's impossible if you start in the middle. The light actually, you can, if you imagine the light shifted 2 spots to the right, that's where you start. Light science, yo. It's hard. Science is hard. Imagine that's your field of expertise. Light science. I've had a couple glasses of whiskey. It's okay. I don't know how to describe my thoughts when I play this game. Here's an audio file. I'll shut up.
In a sense, what modern physics is to the history of Western thought, Zen is to the development of the Eastern worldview, the ultimate refinement of more than 2,000 years of incisive debate, discussion, and critical development. Yet the difference between the two could hardly be more marked. Whereas physics is interested above all in theories, concepts, and formulas, Zen values only the concrete and the simple. Zen wants facts, not in the Western sense of things that are measurable and numerical, which are in fact abstractions, but as living, immediate, and tangible. Its approach to understanding is not to theorize, because it recognizes that previously accumulated ideas and knowledge, in other words, memories of all kinds, block the direct perception of reality. Therefore, Zen adopts an unusual approach. Its buildup involves language, which is unavoidable. Any method, even if it turns out to be an anti-method, has first to convey some background in order to be effective. But the way Zen uses language is always to point beyond language, beyond concepts to the concrete. David Darling, 1996.
David Darling. Just looking around for a possible audio tape. So this one gets tricky until you realize you have to look up there to get the solution. And then you have to solve it from all the way down here. It's easy, but you have to deal with crazy mouse sensitivity because you're so far away. Trying to find the solution for this one until I realize, oh, it's on the rock. But not just on the rock, as I'm very quickly going to learn. As I get to the end of my image, and I'm like, and then realize, oh, it's also stretched out further on the other side of the rock. And this one's not too difficult. You just kind of have to imagine the blanks. Because you're missing some wooden planks there, but otherwise this one's not too bad. This one, on the other hand, gets really tricky because that middle plank is further back than the one on the left and right, which means that where it looks like those lines are lining up is not. So if you stare at it from this angle, every line in the middle needs to move up one, basically. And even though I'm explaining that's what you have to do, it still throws me for a loop because your eye is trained to, you know, logically move to the closest line. And it takes me definitely a few tries to get this one right. Whiskey is good. I accidentally canceled the puzzle before I got to the end. I'm not sure if you heard that very slight, ah, fuck. Yeah, sorry if I don't explain my thought process on these puzzles well. I don't really have a way with words when I'm trying to describe how these things work. So, hopefully it's not too annoying. At least this way you can be free of my embarrassing rage on this last final puzzle here. But keep in mind, rage is coming. I'm doing all of the easy lasers first. And next episode, I might be in for it. So... because we're definitely moving on to the harder ones soon. There we go. And you heard the door open over there. That's a shortcut, I think, from the castle area. But we haven't been able to finish up the castle area, so we haven't opened it yet. Let's go get this laser. Yeah, here I am raging again that I know there's an audio log here. There's not. It's funny, in my memory, I was so absolutely sure there was one here. But anyway, so this basically combines the two things we learned in terms of shadows. So on one half, we are going between the shadows, and in the second half, we're following the shadows. And we're going to go back and forth 2 times. There we go. Laser 6. So yeah, next time we'll get back into it. I'm sorry if this episode was kind of lame. I'm sorry I forgot to record the audio and I had to do it this way. I feel like I wasn't able to make it very interesting, but I am sorry for that. So next video will be business as usual. Thank you for joining me anyway. Thank you for all your advice and all the tips you've been giving me as I start this journey on YouTube. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.